Come on, get up. Oh, you come. Funny that, because I looked at it earlier and it didn't look anything at all like that, or the other one. But I thought I'd look and then show you. Yeah, when I looked earlier it was like zigzag all over the place. But I thought I'd wait until it came to a time when I was expected to do something and I threw a curveball. Hey Roxy. That's what I think of that bullshit. Right, let's listen to a bit of Aussie humour, because I think that would be quite funny on this subject, or subject matter I should say.
Welcome to a hard-hitting Oprah interview. Aussie man is one of the top royal family commentators in the world. So let me break this shit down for you. Winnow is like, crikey, you're up the duff again. Is it Hazzers? Yeah, it is, says Megsy. Happy days. Awkward pandemic hug. And they have a sit down. Why'd you leave Great Britain? The fucking weather, Oprah. They laugh. It's grey and miserable all the time. Gee whiz, the truth is often very simple. Now Oprah's like, what many of us want to know is if Harry's grandma bullied you. Is she a bully or is she pretty down to earth like most Australians and some Americans? She's a legend, Oprah. She's a fair dinkum top Sheila. If I say anything else, we'll all get assassinated. So let's leave it at that, please. Well, Oprah doesn't want to leave it at that. Megsy distracts her by talking about bodyguards and blankets that go over your knees when you ride share with Liz. Yep, nah, Oprah's forgotten her questions. Tangents work every time. Who made who cry the most? Did you make Kate cry 6 times or more, or did Kate make you cry 6 times or more? She thinks about that one. I reckon Harry cried the most. Collectively, we all shat Hazard to tears an infinite amount of times, to be honest. Which one of his family members is the most racist? Most of them. One of them even said that if our son is too black, he won't be invited to Christmas. Whoa, Oprah.exe cannot be found. The fuck? She says. Yeah, nah. Holy shit, what the fuck? Was it Prince Andrew? I... Better not say who it was. I reckon it's him. Again, we'll get assassinated. Because he's a pedo. Or he likely is. So it's not unlikely that he's also an ignorant, bigoted, racist, bloody fuck knuckle. Megsy's ready for an ad break. Let's phone a friend, says Oprah. Bam, Hazzard's in the house. How you going? He says. You well, Winnow? Hey-oh! Harry can do an Australian accent. I want to talk about Uncle Andrew. Is he a bit dodgy? Did you see anything growing up? I reckon he seems a bit dodgy to me. Thinking, I'd like to appeal to my family to give me back my bodyguards. Yep, Because I used to have the best bodyguards. It was like a squad of Liam Neesons looking out for me. And they would party with me.
Are you laughing and all,
Then
Roxy?
one day, because we both wanted fucking
girl.
maternity or paternity leave to hang out with the bloody kid, my dad, Charlie, was like, no more bodyguards.
That's
You don't
it.
get bodyguards anymore. Neeson was so great in Taken, but his movies are getting a bit samey. Would you guys agree? I would. Why would you fix an action movie format that isn't broken, though? Finally, Winnow is like, do you miss everyone? Harry replies, yeah. And that's pretty much it in 3 minutes, everyone. Glad I could be of service.
There you go. Happy-go-lucky attitude. Good vibe and laugh. Bit of Eckhart Tolle though.
How it can take you over, how it can pain, but it can use your mind.
Oh, he's live.
All kinds of things can be pointed out that otherwise you may overlook and they may obscure again the arising awareness. So spiritual teaching can
get that
help you
out
to
of the way,
point
but I
out
wanna
what the
watch it, so
obstacles
fuck it,
are.
I'll just go
Because
full
once you
screen.
recognize the inner obstacles to awakening, which are the ego, then you can transcend them more easily. If you do not recognize the obstacles, then they have you in their grip, and they can easily obscure the arising awareness.
There you go. I know a friend's watching
And
what I'm
another
doing at
way
the
in
moment,
which
so
spiritual teaching can be helpful, it uses pointers, concepts, words, but they point to something. When I say the deep I, that's a pointer. The deep I is still a concept, but it points you beyond concepts. When I say, can you
I'll
sense
just make sure.
the deep I in you? You can't
I'm
think
not going
about
to show you
that.
what friend.
When you think about it, you can't. So you have to stop thinking. So the concept points beyond itself. That's how spiritual teaching can work. It can use helpful concepts, but
Yeah,
point
she's
beyond
watching.
the concepts.
But she's a friend.
And another way in
Do you
which
know
it
what I
can
mean?
work is as a direct transmission of presence. When words arise out of presence, they come out of this energy field of presence, and that can awaken the presence in you, but
A friend from the
only
past,
if there's
but
already some presence there. A minimum of presence needs to be there. And how do I know? How do you know whether it's there? Very simple. If these words that I'm saying now make
I'm
sense
sort of
to
kind of
you,
interested in a new friend at the moment.
I can sense the truth of it. Then you have that minimum, or you may have more than a minimum. You have that awareness. If what I'm saying to you now makes absolutely no sense to you, I suggest that you wait a little, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and life will give you more suffering. It's inevitable.